considering that she's submerged in water, that's probably pretty painful. To further rub it in, her death meant that all her malicious magic was undone, freeing everyone that she had under her magic. A dramatic death that shows that the bigger you are, the harder you fall. Our next entry belongs to the lion, Scar.
Scar.
301 room inspection. Ew! Shoot, did you just build a public toilet at home?
Exactly. Change your lane, please.
Scar. And first fun fact, the way that Scar dies was originally planned for a Gaston, but was cut for being too graphic and gruesome. And seeing how it played out, we can see why. After losing to Simba in the fight for Pride Rock and failing to claw Simba to death, he gets tossed off and falls to the ground from the top of the rock, but doesn't die. Already a painful experience, and add in that everything's on fire, it somehow gets worse. His true death is at the hands of the hyenas, the very same ones that he used as an army.
I thought he said we were the enemy.
Here, however, after hearing Scar trying to pass the blame for Mufasa's death onto them, they decide to return the favor. By that, we mean ganging up on him and ripping and biting into him. We get to see the slaughter through a shadow on the rock, and it looks just as disturbing as it sounds, with his former allies finishing the deed and somehow not caring that they're gonna burn. Scar's death definitely warrants him a spot this high. He probably should have been prepared for that, huh? For a true nightmare of a death, we head off to Halloween Town to see how Oogie Boogie is done in. If this guy bugs you, well, it's because he's actually made out of bugs. He just hides it well by wearing a sack to cover them all. He takes great joy in gambling with other people's lives, but what happens when he loses his own?
Looks like I won the jackpot.
Well, it's simple. Thanks to Jack Skellington unraveling him, he ends up losing his sack, which isn't what it sounds like. And all the bugs he had inside start to drop away from him and fall out, dripping into a pool of lava. However, while one bug does survive, Santa Claus takes care of that by stepping on the final bug. It looks gross, but this could be taken in two ways. One is that Jack just tore off his skin, and what is basically his blood is gradually dripping away from him as he perishes. And the second one is that each bug is just one of his many conscious thoughts, meaning that he dies each time a bug is killed. Whichever one is worse is up to you. What matters here is that both ways are pretty gruesome and disturbing, earning him a spot this high. For our top 5, we got our last sequel villain's death, Saluk. While dead looked like he fell for the most classic villain death in a Disney movie, he comes back and manages to one-up himself after forcing Kazim, his former partner in thievery, to take him to the hand of Midas. He ends up greedily demanding it. When Kazim throws it to him by the handle, he catches it by the hand itself. A big mistake.
The hand of Midas is mine!
The hand uses its powers to turn him into gold, before toppling over and falling into the sea. He may have fallen like he did before, but being turned to gold and realizing his fate definitely has to count for some sort of pain. Saluk ends up here due to the psychological horror of becoming gold and physical pain such a transition requires. He may not have gone to gold.
Oh. Phoebe was gonna tell me, just gonna tell me something. Phoebe was gonna tell me something.
What?
I don't know what she's saying.
Come on, baby.
Is it my bedtime?
Yeah. Come on. Got a big day being 11 tomorrow.